Yes, sir.
Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, hold on. Well, let me call you right now, okay? Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I'm with the Adult Protective Services.
Yes.
And we have received a report.
Okay.
And before I start with that, you mind signing this for me? It's our notification of subject form. It just tells you who we are, what we do. We investigate abuse, neglect, exploitation, and veins report. Any information is all confidential. Ways to report abuse. Any information you provide, like I said, is all confidential. And your rights. If you don't want to speak with me, you don't have to. You can hire an attorney and then speak with me if that's what you want.
Sure. Is it a requirement to sign?
Well, not really. You don't have to if you don't want to. I can just put that you refuse to sign.
Okay. I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't know what the ramifications are of that. I'm not trying to
No, it just means
actually
you don't
cause
want
an
to
issue.
sign it.
I
That's
just,
it.
without an attorney, I
Yes.
don't even know what
this is just
about
stating that
at
I'm
the
just
moment.
explaining to you
Okay.
this paper. This is all this paper
Okay.
is for. If you want to sign it, you can. If you don't, you don't have to.
I don't. Again, not
That's okay.
knowing what
You
it's
don't have
about, I don't. I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, that's okay, honey.
Certainly not.
All right. So we received a report on your mom.
Okay.
It pretty much stated that she's been in the facility for about 4 to 5 weeks.
Correct.
She lived in North Carolina with you, and
That's not it. She was living with me in Virginia.
she was living in North Carolina. She moved to Virginia with you.
Yes.
And
yeah,
then
that's correct.
now you guys are here. She ended up going into the facility, and since she's been in there, or before she went in there was money in her account that you got the $105,000, and you used it to fix your home, to sell it. And when she sold it, you were going to give her the money back. And
Okay.
apparently, I don't know if it has happened, if it's still in the making to happen. I don't know. But then on top of that, she had been asking you for your personal information that you finally brought to her, but she wants her car because she wants to leave, and
Just her car.
you won't give it to her. And so apparently now she's found out that you've added your name to the car, and she never gave you permission to add it.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Okay, sorry.
In what order would you like those?
However you give it
addressed?
to me.
Okay. There's a tax record when she did her when we had the taxes done for 2024 in Virginia by Hill and Davis CPA.
They put it as a gift.
It was done as a gift. So we had talked to the accountant about that because we were going to go through bank financing to renovate the house, and she had offered. She had offered this months in advance. Now that's verbal, but so I don't have a document of that. I don't have where she texted me or emailed me. Actually, there might be a text message. I'd have to scroll through quite a bit, but right now that's a verbal. But that's why the accountant said it's a good idea. That way, if there should ever be a question, there's documentation that it was a gift. And I said yes. She said yes, and all that was done.
Okay, now I did see something where I think your wife told her that we're going to give this money back once the house is
Correct.
sold.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the house is on the market. You can verify that by going to realtor.com.
Interject that they've done this before with a previous house. They moved in, they contributed toward the renovations, and then when the house sold, they got everything back.
Yeah, so I guess it was around 2013 before her and my father at the time. He passed away. That's why she moved up with us. I was going to leave my house, which was another address in Baltimore, and they were going to live there and kind of retire there. And so they invested money into that to do a bunch of renovations. And of course, when that house sold, they were cut a check. So we had done this before one other time. And so when it came down to the Virginia house, she was stating for quite some time before we were even set on trying to transition down here that she wanted to help with the renovations of the house. And for months we were like, no, we don't know, we're not doing
for
that.
For years.
Well,
even when she
okay.
still lived in North Carolina, she kept saying, please do a renovation, enjoy it. So it was meant to be like never even returned before. And we never wanted to do that because we knew she'd need her money one day when, you know, she was,
So with that, when Dad passed away, she was down there by herself. She didn't want to live down there by herself, and so we took her into our home in Virginia. From that point to say more current, again,
And
we
when
did.
the car was there.
Oh yeah, so when she moved up, the car was hers. We went through a whole bunch
Which
of.
car is it?
This is Zara
Silver
right here,
one right there,
like
the
right
driveway.
there in the driveway backed
The
in.
one, oh,
Yes,
okay.
over. Yeah, not this one. Not this hatchback. It's the sedan on the other side. It's like a bluish gray or whatever. So when she moved up, she had not been driving for quite some time prior to moving up, and so when we brought it up, she had a bunch of issues because the title was in Dad's name and her name. And so I helped her get that on the road, and we actually paid that car off. And then
she also told us to take it. And
Yeah.
she offered it to us and said she would pay it off. And we didn't think that was fair. But she offered it, gosh, at least 6 times. And said, please take it. I'm not using it. I'm not going to use it. You could use it. And so
yeah,
if we would have known.
so what I did is, with that being said, when I titled the car, I titled it in my and her name. And I asked her at the time, I said,
And when was this? What date?
when? I don't have a date.
Yeah.
I'd have to look
Yeah.
up. What was it? He died in October of 23, so this was probably January, February of 24,
Yes.
right? Somewhere around there. So it was, we also got her license. I mean, it was her license and getting the car squared away was all part of her moving up to Virginia. And so we did all that. The car was retitled after I paid it off. Of course, the whole entire time I covered maintenance, registration, the insurance, all that was covered. We took on her phone bill so that she didn't have to do any of that and didn't have to pay for that. And so she was there, and then she did contribute a monthly dollar amount just because of groceries and because we just purchased everything together. And I can tell you, and I can even show you this, but originally she was paying $500 a month, and then that went up to $950 a month because I took $450 and put it in a savings account for her. Okay, and she got involved somewhere in there in a like a cryptocurrency scam where she was putting money into some cryptocurrency ATMs, and she's been having some confusion for quite some time. We moved. Well, I'm in the process of moving. I brought my wife and sons down. Almost a year ago.
We needed to see certain doctors down here.
Yeah.
Rare medical condition.
And so I was getting the house on the market, and that's when, we had offered, or she had offered to use the money and so forth and so forth. And then we did that process, got the house on the market as planned. She went up to my sister's house when I was getting the floors done because she has COPD, and I didn't want her there when they were having all that dust and everything. She had several COPD issues prior to that. We've,
She's in lung
trouble
failure,
breathing.
so it's pretty serious.
So where we've called the ambulance and stuff, she's had to go to the hospital to get all that kind of stabilized and back on her feet. Always took her to her doctor's appointments, her pulmonary doctor, which were up in Virginia.
What do you need?
Yeah, what
I'm
else?
the medical person.
Pretty much, I just want to know, can she get the car?
Here's
so she
what
can
I've
go,
told
'cause she
her
wants to
about
go
the vehicle.
We're not refusing.
We're not refusing anything, and I even messaged her this recently, is I told her, I said, that car right now has Virginia plates, and it's on my car insurance. I said, so if you're going to take the car, I said, that's fine, but you need to understand that the tags have to come off. Prior to today and all of this, she had explained to me that she wanted me to take the car up to where she's at the rehab facility and drop it off with no tags. And I said, well, it's going to get towed. And we don't even know when you're being discharged.
Well, she's supposed to be discharged today. Apparently, your sister is coming to pick her up.
We have asked for this information
We asked her to tell us.
weeks,
But she probably just didn't want to tell you. But she
which is fine.
just
But
wants your sister to pick her up and take her. So she wanted to get the car to get back up there, and that's it.
That's completely fine, but she has known with much advance, I mean, what, 2 months? That if she was going to drive the car back up, she would have to get some type of tags on the vehicle
Okay,
to
but
drive it up.
can she use it now to go to
It's
the
drivable.
DMV?
Yeah, it's drivable, but I'm not going to let her drive the vehicle
But
on
she's
my
not
tags and
driving.
insurance. I'm not going to let my sister drive the vehicle with my tags and insurance.
Okay, but to get to the DMV, they can't get there if they don't have it.
How's my sister? Is she flying? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't. How do I address this? With the amount of forward notification that she's had to understand that the vehicle isn't going to be tagged. I mean, I even told her I'll sign the title over. It's already signed. I don't even need reimbursement for, she doesn't have to pay me for any of that. I'm not worried about the money, but I'm not going to leave the car registered and tagged in my sister's possession. There's some issues there. So as a result, I said, if you want to take the car, that's fine.
But then that's gonna kind of.
Well, we're not trying to be difficult, but we know that if that car leaves with the tags on it,
But you could cancel the insurance and then
you can't without the tags.
If I cancel the insurance and I can't return the tags, then what is it?
But your sister can be given instruction to take it to the DMV.
She can, but how do I say this? I'm not letting my sister take that car with the registration and tags that are on it. They're welcome to have the vehicle.
Well, they can't do anything with the vehicle.
I understand that, but there's also been a lot of notice to kind of inform her of this on the front end so that they could make arrangements.
Would you be open to meeting the sister at the DMV and just doing all the paperwork there, like driving the vehicle there and saying, meet me here, and signing it over and getting the tags
I
on?
could, as long as it works within my work schedule. I mean, that's the biggest thing right now. I work, I mean, she's seen it. What time did I stop working last night? It's a newer job, and so it's the systems. You don't know the systems, and the proficiency isn't there. So I've had to comp that by just putting in the extra hours.
Okay, because the sisters just arriving, and with her
Today?
just arriving,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
it would have to be
difficult
like today to run down. I don't have the ability at all to run the
What
DMV
idea?
today.
So anybody could go. I mean,
Yeah.
I
to
can
do.
try.
If
And see if my parents
can.
can watch the kids.
Because apparently also you've been yelling at the mom and talking down to her like she's a kid.
she's been
Actually,
yelling
it's been
back.
a little bit the opposite. She's been accusatory.
She's been involved in a scam. She's lost $35,000 and has taken out lines of credit, paying. And so we've tried to talk to her, and she gets ugly about it because she defends it.
Thank you. That's a better way to say it.
And so, I'm not going to say it's always been just so calm and cordial, but nobody's been verbally abusive to her. It's an argument, and honestly, that's why we both hold back, because it's not worth going back and forth, and she wants to keep fighting about it. And so we told her in our last communication, we're like, please, I actually asked her, I said, if you can talk to me respectfully, we can talk back and forth here, and you can tell me whatever you need. I will do my best to get it there to you. And she literally fired back. And so we asked her, okay, if you need something urgent, please tell Kayla, who's the social worker there.
Yeah, we've been trying to route the communication
just so
to
that
the
we're
staff.
not constantly getting thrown at. And
The last time I spoke to her personally was physically there. Door open, the staff coming in and out. And I told her then, I was like, because she's still thinking that this cryptocurrency thing is a viable investment.
I believe,
Real quick,
okay.
let me just finish. And I explained to her then, and I was like, Mom, you've got a parent that's putting tens of thousands of dollars she doesn't have into something that is
When she
a delusion.
needs it.
So
that's what
she gets
she
upset,
likes.
but I haven't spoken with her personally. There hasn't been any yelling. She was in a hospital prior to that. It's been an extended period of time that I haven't been physically speaking with her. But when you set a boundary down, like when she messages us, when she did request the car, last time she requested the car, it was I don't know, evening.
Yeah.
And she said, I need the car tomorrow. You need to bring it over here right now. And I'm like, well, Mom, I don't.
She didn't.
I told her.
She just wanted it.
Well, when she messaged me in that message,
okay.
she said she wanted it tomorrow. And I said, I don't have the intention of bringing that tonight. I don't have the ability to just leave the house and drive the car over. So, I mean,
if she had told us like
any
what
type
day
of
Selena was coming,
exactly.
we could have made
She didn't know either, so
she didn't. Okay. I wanted to add, she is diagnosed bipolar. Her current counselor believes she's in a manic episode, which is why she's buying into these delusions about and so she's volatile and she's firing at people who challenge the delusion or who don't go along with what she's in. You're welcome to, I don't know if you can talk to her current counselor.
I have all the documents.
Okay. Well, you don't have everything because I've been trying to get her formal
Well, I have all
psychology
the
records.
other papers from the facilities, from the hospital.
You have everything from her previous psychologist in Virginia?
No.
She has a long history. If she's not high like this, she's way
not
low.
high.
I meant like, what's a manic high? Yeah. Then she's super, super low and very fragile, which is why, but
All right. Well, the biggest thing is just trying to get her away. She doesn't want to come back, so we want to try and get her away so my job can be done. So my biggest thing is to make sure that she's not where I feel she would be unsafe because of what I'm hearing. So I have to diminish that. So if
Absolutely.
any way possible, somebody can meet them, or I'll try and speak with them to try to coordinate something to be able to meet.
if I can get the baby down, maybe 12:30 or 1, I can meet up there, but I'd have to be back. I'd be back here by.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call and try to get all of that arranged, and I have your number and your And then she also said that you came and paid the facility with the money that she had already made arrangements to make payments, and you paid the full amount.
She spent over $3,000 on the scam while she was in there, knowing that she needed to pay them or at the risk of being kicked out. And so I paid part of it, just enough so that they didn't kick her out, is what I was doing. I didn't want her out on the street. I wanted them to at least be like, well, we got something, we can work with her a little bit more and give her some time. That's what I wanted. But she had lost, like literally in the last month, she spent all that money that was for her assisted living. She was supposed to have everything lined up, and she literally blew it all on the scammer. And I asked her, and she's like, well, I'm not going to talk to you about it, which is, we don't talk about the scammer. So I know that's where it went.
I had transferred the last bit of money that was in that account.
That savings account where
And it was, what was it, like
$1,700.
something like that. And transferred that in there. And the purpose of that was because at that time, and that was the last time I spoke to her, was when she was at the rehab center. I was physically there and speaking with her. I transferred the money into her account. It was either that day or the next day, but I'm pretty sure it was that day. And even messaged her prior to that process of Selena coming down.
Like all the steps,
And
like she's going to need a hotel, and
Yep.
he was willing to do
I
all
was
the
gonna
arrangements.
purchase the ticket if I had a date, and I listed this out in a message to my mother. And I said, "You give me, if you get Selena to provide the date, I'll buy the ticket and have it ready in her name. I will even book the hotels going back up so that you guys don't have to drive, 2 nights, so you can span that drive over 2 days." And I said, give me the dates. And I said, I'll set the whole thing up. All Selena's got to do is go to the airport, come down, pick you up. If that's what you want to do, and go back and live with her. And that would be the end of it. They never communicated the dates.
Yeah,
and
see,
so
your
I
sister
transferred.
did not know the date. She just.
And that's fine. I understand that. I understand that. But I guess what I'm saying is, there has been
She took that money and she
for
spent it
a
on
while
something
back.
else. And it was there, ready to help and ready for this whole process. And she sent it to who knows where. Actually, it went to Selena, I think.
What is Selena's financial situation?
She's
unemployed.
as far as I know, she is unemployed.
And
it
then
has
she
been
was gonna
for
lose her house, but I
10
don't know.
months to a
I
year.
don't know if we're going to face this hurdle, but it's probably going to cost some money for her to buy tags
I think it's $50.
Now, see, I don't know because
you're gonna have to register it in Florida because it's not. It's registered in Virginia.
So I looked it up on the DMV. It's like if you buy a car here and you have to drive it back, you can get a tag. I think it's like it's a 30-day tag, and it's like $50.
Because I'm thinking maybe you might have to register it in Florida. Get Florida tags,
I was like, that's hard.
That would have been hundreds of dollars.
I don't think that's
that would be hundreds of dollars.
It's not. I looked it up.
Okay, if you could just get a temporary tag, like a sale, you know what I mean, and temporary just to get it to where it needs to be.
I hope so.
Because it would have been a lot. That would have been.
I screenshot it so I can send it to somebody because I double checked it. Yeah, because I was like, that's not going to make any sense to. And what do when you buy a car in another state? You can't register it and then move it. Like that's terrible.
Now, question. So you all don't have any problem with Selena?
Selena and I fell out. There's been a lot of family issues through the years. Mom and Dad were always at odds. It kind of, I mean, from early on when I was a kid.
A lot of mental health.
I mean, I think there might even. I'm not well versed in mental health issues and stuff, but I know if it's hereditary or genetic. Her dad, who I never met, my mother's dad. Her mom was very abusive physically. Her dad passed away in a mental facility in Maryland. My mom has struggled with depression and bipolar issues. She's attempted to kill herself. She was hospitalized in Maryland. 15 years ago. It's been a household to grow up in, for sure. My sister is very much like my father, with a lot of narcissistic tendencies.
It's all civil. They're going to work it out amongst the family.
We choose not to be around that, and so we've just had too many instances where we believe that she introduces things to a scenario that are not positive.
She had a whole coaching thing that
I think the reason I'm asking is because I want to know, like, y'all meeting to the DMV, that's not going to be
her and I don't know. I don't care. Like,
I don't think my sister is.
Yeah, there's not going to be like a weird episode.
I don't think she's stupid. I don't think she would initiate like yelling and screaming.
She's not going to
get
like violent or something like that.
I mean, I don't know her to be that way, but it's she
a lot of verbal
she just be mean and nasty, just passive and snide comments, flippant remarks and things like that in a public setting. And anytime you interact with her, you got to kind of have like a barrier up to expect that that's what's going to happen. So you get to the end of it, you just go, wow, that was easy. Mentally and emotionally taxing, right? It's a drain because you're at odds with the little snide comments and so forth. But there's not. I don't think she.
I don't care enough about her to
whip off in some.
She's not my family member, not really. So I'll just, as long as she just takes whatever. So
but if I had to,
I would just be dropping it off there.
Well, I don't know, and I got to figure out because I got to speak with them to see what her thing is because she got to get from wherever she's going and all that kind of stuff.
Now, my thing is she's got all of her stuff in here, and that's why we wanted her to let us know because it's all got to be
packed up, or is it all?
No, it's mostly packed. It's like boxes and
so it's boxes that can go in a car.
It is, but trying to get them all in there really quick is like.
If I may, when she was at my sister's, when I was getting the construction wrapped up, prior to coming down here, she was still up there, and I contacted. She wanted to stay longer, and so I said, "All right, go ahead. I'm not coming down for a visit for a little bit." And so the idea was to spend the holidays here. Her and I were going to come down here, and then I was going to keep her here, and I would even go back, and then come back down and so forth. Hopefully after the house sold the stuff, coming back down incrementally to visit and what have you. But when I had her come back to the house in Virginia to come down here, I was like, hey, are you wanting to do this? Are you actually wanting to live in Florida? Because she's already up at my sister's prior to doing this, right? So I'm like, do you want to do this? And she's like, oh yeah, I want to see the boys. I think the weather down there is going to be so much better than being up north. I can't do another cold winter. I mean, this is the feedback she's providing me. So I told her, I was like, if that's the case, I said, then you need to be back here in Virginia by this date, because I'm going down and I'm taking things, and I'm going for the holidays, and I'm not going to be back for a little bit, and it's going to be quite some time. And I said, of course, after the fact, when the house sells and I moved down there, I was like, if you're not down there or available for me to take you down, I said, you're going to be where you're at. Mm-hmm. So she came down like that weekend, and she drove down with me with the intention of living here. Mm-hmm. And ever since we've been down here, since she's gone into the hospital when she got her upper respiratory infection, it's been like, we found out how much money she's been throwing at this. I presented her with the request even prior to coming down, because we had an inkling that she was doing this. I was like, do you want to do a guardianship? And she said no. And I said, and I've told her explicitly and several times, I'm not forcing you to get a guardianship. I can't even force you to get a guardianship. It has to go through a court process. I said, but a guardianship would give me the ability to protect your finances. And I said, from you, meaning her, not you, obviously, but she said she didn't want to do that, and we've told her adamantly, fine, we can't force you to do it, and we're not going to attempt to force you to do it. But we did think that she was going to be here living. And she's been down, she got through the holidays, and ever since she's been in the hospital or the rehab facility, she's flipped back and forth. I want to get an assisted living place down here, to I want to go live with your sister, to I want to go live with her friend Debbie in North Carolina. She's been all over the board with this.
She even said she was going to buy a house with the money she's getting back from the scammers.
That too.
So there's that too.
So it's you try to make the plans, and then the plans change, where you get from her what she says.
Never lied to her about like here.
No, of course. But you try to get what you like. What are we doing? She tells you, and you go, okay. Then you start working on that. And then I'm not doing that. She gets agitated. Okay, well, what do you want to do? And then we get a new plan, and it's assisted living. And you try to work towards that. I mean, we have, a place for mom. Been working with those people. Mm-hmm. And then you get places lined up, and then all of a sudden she doesn't want to do that anymore. So there's an element of this where I'm done putting that time. Like, at some point, if she wants to be independent, and even though she's wanting to be independent, and my position is that I don't think she has the wherewithal to really understand the ramifications of what she's saying. Mm-hmm. But when you keep putting the effort in, and then it gets shifted and moved, and we're not doing that. She's actively working to sabotage the plans that you're trying to set up on her behalf based on what she said. Then you just move away and you say, you know what, then if you want the independence, then you do what you need to do to make plans to execute whatever it is that you want to have happen.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing here for the better part of a month.
I literally took over.
Is just backing off and saying,
2 years, and she was more than happy for that. And honestly, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I took her to the pulmonologist, and all she said in there was how amazing I was and whatever. And then it's like the second she flips, all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world, and we're evil, and she's capable of doing a lot of things, but she's still
she can get herself dressed and take care of herself, things like that, but she stops paying her bills at times.
She can figure out how to pay the scammers.
All of that. She may be mad because I did cut off her phone.
That was another thing.
I cut off her phone.
What she told us to do. She told us like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, fine.
I
cool.
given her 2 months notice to let her know. I was like, Mom, I just need you to understand, if you're going to do this, I said, I'm not going to continue to pay the bill and let you have access to this messaging service that you're getting instructions on how to put money into these ATMs. And I even went another billing cycle past what I had said in an effort, because I didn't want her to have to call us to say, I got kicked out, I'm out on the street, I got no place to go. And so I extended it as far as I could. When she gave me confirmation that there was a process where she was supposed to leave the rehab and go to, what was the assisted living place that she was going to go to? Do you remember?
Cabot Cove.
Cabot Cove. Once I knew that there was a process there where the rehab center was supposed to be transferring her to there. That's when I made the decision to cut off her phone. But you put boundaries up and she gets agitated. This is the second contact. Now, this is the first in-person visit that we've had, but when she was in the hospital, we were contacted by someone there that was in some type of protective services, and she did a phone interview with me, and I explained everything, and she finished that in a phone call, and she explained that even she had said to my mother that if this scam that she's involved in is an actual investment, then she said that I'm the Queen of England. So I mean, but she gets agitated, and then she's reaching out to whatever services she can. Not that you guys aren't doing.
And I'm not saying that she reached out to us because she was the one that reached out.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then there it is. But
I just have to talk with everybody that's involved.
Yep. I have a timeline of everything that I wrote out for the psychologist, including her diagnoses. The ones that I remember, I don't have all of her psych records, so I didn't have that. But it's a timeline of the whole scam and everything. We have a whole bunch of documents.
Well, see, now that part I can't do anything about.
I'm just saying to validate, like, that we're not over here just trying to control her. We've been trying to protect her. And obviously we didn't, we missed a bunch because she was busy. She was very busy.
My biggest thing, because I gotta go, but if you can give me the time, you said between 12 and 1?
12:30,
12:30,
and I'd have to probably leave around 2.
Okay, so just so I can try to see what she has going on, and then I can kind of put together.
And let me know which one.
Yeah,
I would say the one on 19.
Do you have verification that Selena's coming back?
Oh yeah, I know she's here.
Okay. Oh, she's okay.
Good, because she's.
I wanted to make sure that Mom wasn't trying to get the car so she could sell it and put more money into the scam.
Oh no, okay, she's here.
Okay.
Do you know that there's one on Gulf Bay over by like Highland?
I know, I did that one,
What's
tried.
over there?
Gulf Bay and Highland.
Yeah, it's just, that one's busier usually.
Oh, DMV.
I always seem to get in
sometimes
quicker.
what I know is like you can go on their website and sometimes pre-book an appointment. So like
sometimes the pre-book is like for the next day or the next week.
When I did it, it was like 2-3 months out. And
it just depends on what you're going for.
Yeah.
That because the line kind of moves fast.
Quick.
Yeah.
Well, the title's signed. The
But see, the biggest thing is getting a temporary thing to be able to go.
That's all she said.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so long as she get that and she can get there, then you can cancel. If you know that she'll be there in 3 days or however long, I don't know how long it take you to get there, then you can say, okay, in 3 days I'm canceling my insurance or whatever, just to let them get to where so they won't have wasted a trip or she won't be encamped down here.
I
get it.
I don't know why, with all the advance notice that they've had.
Well, see, your mom didn't know, and then your sister, if you two weren't.
How did she not? We've messaged. Not only did she know, she's been told verbally,
but she didn't know when your sister was coming.
Why didn't we know?
And then if you all weren't communicating, and see, Selena didn't know because she didn't know if I can get to stay at the nursing home.
We even told the staff.
So that was the biggest thing.
We even told the staff that the condition of the vehicle.
Well, maybe they weren't, because I had to go there to try and get the stay because she was supposed to be released last week and something like that. So I had to get the stay to get out to today when I knew that she could come and whatever.
I know Kayla told me she was handling it and communicating with Selena, so that's why I figured
that I have not a clue about, honey. I can't tell you.
So I thought that they were organizing, but apparently it's been like
I don't know anything about that. But I hate that this is a pop up, but we just have to.
I was literally on a conference call for my job.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I don't mean it that way.
This whole thing's
but
just
when my wife pops her head in the door, she's like, "It's been an emergency. Can you come out?" I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, I didn't hear a baby crying or anything. And then she's like, "Yeah, well, somebody from like Family Protective Services and police are here." I'm like, "What?"
Sorry.
No. Yeah. I get it. It's just obviously you're in one frame of mind and then you're shifting to another, wondering what's going on. But to know it's. To make the leap from where we thought we were with her as far as whatever plan she was making, what I would say was crystal clear. Like I in messaging her that like, okay, it's here. We don't want it to get towed. You have full access to it. Like, come get it.
I feel like everything we
and
tell
then-
her just kind of goes through this lens and gets like warped
It
into
could.
something. I don't know.
But
It
anyway,
could, but everything is, we just want to make sure that, you know, she's safe and the risk is minimized.
I would say this: if she's going to live with my sister, I think it's moving in the opposite direction. But I mean, as far as she's been in the care of the facilities that she's been in since the holidays. You know, other than physically visiting her at a hospital or the rehab center, the only interaction we've had with her is via text or through
I
Snap.
visited a couple times for
Oh, yeah, that's right, twice. We went over there twice. That's correct. You brought her some, or something
Visited
she
a bit,
requested. She sent us a list of what she did.
Snacks.
There's some snacks and stuff like that. But, yeah.
But she has capacity to make her own decisions, and if she says
No, I understand.
But I just have to make sure that that
Yep.
follows through, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. And I'm sorry.
Do you want my number since I'm the one that?
You can.